Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Subject of my vlog today is Philippines. It's a great place to be in 2022. But before I get started, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. It's truly been amazing, and I'll never take that for granted. I'm here on Sipawe Island at the Whispering Palms Resort, and this will be another vlog for another day. I want to talk about why it's so great to be in the Philippines in 2022, or really anytime, to be honest with you. I started coming here in April of 2009, and I fell in love with it from day one. But there's something that I had to learn to get used to, and that was how quiet it is here, how serene it is. And that's one of the things that Philippines doesn't get enough credit for. Stop right now and just listen. And even though I'm on a resort, remember I'm in Sipawe Island. And I had to learn how to relax when I came here, because I used to find myself saying I'm bored all the time, but it really wasn't boredom. It was just I didn't know how to relax. I didn't know how to do nothing. Remember I did that video, I said the Philippines is the worst place in the world to retire, and everybody went crazy because they didn't understand what I was really talking about. And I said it's one of the best places in the world to do nothing. And it is, if you learn how to do nothing. And see, the Filipino has the art of doing nothing down to a science. And when we first get over here, man, we're bored to death. We can't sit still. We can't enjoy the benefits of being alone. In 2014, the University of Virginia did a study that found that people would rather receive electric shocks than to be alone with their thoughts. And I thought, how crazy is that? But it's true. It's very, very true. Try doing nothing for 5 minutes. I mean, right now. I ain't talking about getting on your phone for 5 minutes, listening to music or watching television. Just drop everything and just sit there for 5 minutes and find out how hard that is. But there's benefits to doing nothing. You hear me talk about how much happier I am now that I'm over here. See, I didn't even know it, but doing nothing makes you happier. And you hear me talk about how I lost 30 pounds. Well, doing nothing makes you more constructive. So it's one thing that the Philippines doesn't get enough credit for, man, and I'm talking about the peace and tranquility. I believe that's why a lot of younger people don't come here. It's too quiet. They'll mistake that for being boring, I mean. But if you like to just kick back, get your thoughts together, nobody bothers you, just be alone, man, the Philippines is a place to be. Another thing I like about the Philippines is very few people ever talk about. That's how remote this place is. The Philippines, you can only access the Philippines by air and by sea. So it's a very, very remote place. If you talk to a lot of the backpackers, they'll tell you that's why they like the Philippines. They're always off the beaten path, rather. Whether it's in the mountain regions, the provinces. This is a very, very remote place. And if you're like me, I like to get away from it all. I don't like to be bothered. I'm a loner. I've been to some of the most remote places, not only in the Philippines, but in the world over here. And if you just want to disappear and nobody bother you and nobody finds you, the Philippines is one of the best places to come. Another thing that me and John had in common, we were loners. And I meet a lot of guys over here who are like that. I don't know if that's a coincidence or what. But we were loners. I don't hang around a lot of people. I didn't even hang around John really. We were together we were together once a week for the show. Then maybe another once or twice a month we'd go to the beach or somebody's birthday party or something like that. But this is a very remote place. How you doing with that 5 minutes of quiet time? It's tough, guys. But it's something you have to learn to do if you want to live over here for a while. You hear people say it all the time, I'm bored, but it's really not boring over here. You just got to learn how to relax. Filipinos know how to do it. You go to the park here, man, they got a tent or they've got a blanket laid out on the grass, man. They're enjoying themselves. I've got to get up and be doing something every 5 minutes. One other thing that Philippines doesn't get a lot of credit for, and it's obvious just from you watching this video, this is a green country. And when I talk about a green country, I'm talking about the natural resources. This place has natural resources out the wahoo. Look how tall that coconut tree is. Wow. Now, they were smart enough to cut the coconuts off these because coconuts kill people, not just in the Philippines, but around the world. I was almost a victim in 2019. I was sitting in Iloilo on a bench talking to some friends, man. A coconut came crashing down from about 40 feet. If it would have hit me, I'd be dead or brain damage. But I get a lot of questions about how many vegans are over here, vegetarians and everything like that. It wouldn't be hard to do over here, guys. I mean, everywhere you go, there's fruit trees. I mean, bananas of all kinds, jackfruit, mango, papaya. You just walk up and take it off the tree. Pineapples, watermelon, and then vegetables too. I mean, people very seldom talk about stuff like that. We always talk about beaches and, of course, you know, beautiful women and stuff like that. But a lot of the things that really make this place magical, in my opinion, we very seldom even talk about. But it's a great place to be in 2022 or any time, really. Again, I'm on the Whispering Palms Resort, Sapaway Island, Negros Occidental. This is about an 8-minute boat ride from my house. We come here, not to Whispering Palms, but we come to Sapaway about once a month. There's the national icon, Manny Pacquiao. That's a great statue of him, by the way. It looks like him. But this place is beautiful, the Philippines. As I've gotten older, my life's gotten a lot more simpler, and I can appreciate stuff like this. And I don't blame you, man. Hell, if you're 25 years old, you're probably not going to want to come over here for that kind of thing. But in the event that you do, this is the place to be in 2022. And because it's been closed for almost 2 years, you're going to see a new Philippines when you get over here. It's going to be cleaner. The Philippines has never been overrun with tourists anyhow, but it's going to be fresher. They're ready to welcome you back. February the 10th, 2022, the place reopens. That's crazy. It says the evolution of man. You're supposed to stand there. There's some monkeys over there. Let me take a look. I'm kind of scared because it looks to me like they can jump out of here, to be honest with you. It says a Philippine monkey. Please do not provoke throwing of anything, and feeding is strictly prohibited. Yeah, it just seems to me like they can jump out of here for some reason. And they scare me. I'd hate for them to jump over here and get me. See? That's the Philippine monkey. Yeah, so welcome back to paradise. I know you guys are going to get a kick out of being here after not being here for so long. And if this is your first time coming to the Philippines, man, I'm going to be honest with you. You're in for a treat. Now, this is one of the swimming pools. This is for the day guests. Now, I could swim here too just because we stayed all night, but they've got a special swimming pool for the overnight guests. This little area here is where you eat your food and everything like that. And you can rent that. See where those people are. They're renting that cottage back there. We just rented a family room. It was $61, but it's for 6 people, aircon. Of course, there's no hot and cold water because you don't need hot water here. As long as you got that warm water, that's all you need. But when you put it all together, the peace and quiet, the remoteness, the greenery, the smiling faces, the warm weather, the low cost of living, the beaches, the resorts, the Philippines is a great place to be in 2022. I just like to show y'all this place because a lot of times I'm in front of the camera. And since it's going to be reopening, I want you to get an idea of what's waiting for you over here. I don't know who actually owns this resort, but I believe it's partly owned by Germans because me and John, we met them over here the last time. And while I'm on the subject of John, I want to thank everybody. YouTube did send me those super chat numbers. And I'm going to give Janessa $1,770. Now, of course, it's going to cost me a little bit, maybe $10, $15 to send that to her. I haven't seen, it all depends on if I send it remitly, Western Union, or if she's here, it'd be best I go to the bank and get it. See, YouTube hasn't paid me that money yet. They're going to pay me that money next month. But I'm going to, because she needs it now, I'm going to take it out of my bank account and give it to her. That would probably be the best way. That way she'd get it all. But she's still in Cebu trying to get John's body out of there. And anybody who contributed that wants to see that breakdown, I'll be happy to show it to you. But you know, I wanted to make this announcement because I got a lot of haters, man. I got a lot of trolls, and it just pisses me off that grown men would take so much time to try to discredit me. I mean, they conveniently try to discount my 700 videos. I'm not a beggar. I don't have to beg. I built a nice brand, and I just don't beg. That's not who I am. But, you know, if you want to know why they do it, you got to ask them. But I just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart because she really, really needs it. I don't know what John left her or any situation, what her situation is going to be. But you guys really came out and helped her. And I want to thank you for that. So if you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, and you see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's early. It's about 7:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I'm not going to upload this until later on because we're going to be busy, and then we got to take the boat back over. The signal here is not strong enough to upload anyhow. It's not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you next time. That's the Seaview Terrace. This is where you come to relax. It's like a meditation place. Learn to relax, guys. Whether it's over here or whether it's at home, there's benefits to doing nothing. Thank me later.